Finally, last but not least, Dead Rising 2 is out, has done stellar performances. Just started playing the game. It's a lot of fun, and one of the really cool things about this game is that you can do combo weapons now. So you can take like ordinary household items, and you can mix them together and do different things. And some of the things that you can do,
I whisk you to death.
You can do a drill bucket, and you take like an ordinary metal bucket, and you take some power drills in it, and you only can use it one at a time. So you actually place the bucket on the guy's head, and you know, blood starts coming out everywhere. Another thing you can put together, you can do a lightsaber. This I found pretty cool. You get a flashlight, and you get like gems from like a jewelry store, and you put them together, and there's your lightsaber.
All right.
One of the more elaborate ones, they took a vacuum cleaner, and we're showing footage of this now, by the way, and saw blades.
Okay.
You put saw blades at the end of the vacuum cleaner, and you just
suck them up.
Go at them. Oh, it's just an absolutely fun game. Not anywhere really as more original. It plays a lot like Dead Rising 1, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Definitely a fun game. If you like the first, definitely pick this up, and that's all I got.
Good. Sounds. All right, let's move on to some information about the wonderful world of television and a segment we like to call Toob News. But before we do that, we've got a clip left over from last month for Halloween and October and stuff. It's a YouTube clip called Night of the Living Trekkies. It's a trailer for promoting a book, of all things.
The same person that did that Pride and Prejudice and Zombies?
Yep.
Trekkies, Night of the Living Trekkies.
Night of the Living Trekkies. So what happens if there's a zombie invasion and everyone's dressed in Star Trek costumes, and hilarity and lots of blood ensues. It's a really cute clip. So let's take a look at that.
Scientifically, it is inevitable.
Reports of riots and chaos downtown.
Mathematically, it is logical.
This is not a hoax. There are reports of some sort of outbreak.
It is a terrifying, yet unavoidable reality.
The origin of this crisis, the Botany Bay Convention Center. God help anyone alive down there.
But for some, reality has never been an issue.
Dude, the costume sucks.
Like a tablecloth. They're like, hey, what are you doing?
Day to die.
He does know he's not a real Klingon, right?
Get off! Get off! Get off! I want to live!
Face bump!
Simulate this.
The needs of the many outweigh the good of the few.
Oh, we're doomed! Trapped! It's hopeless!
Are you saying this is a no-win scenario?
Exactly! Oh! Live long and prosper.
Fixed it. They're right behind me, aren't they? I'm not surprised. Are you surprised? I'm not surprised. Oh yeah, the red shirt dies. Big effing surprise.
Lots of fun. Should be good.
Absolutely.
That looked great. I haven't seen that
hilarious.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Yes. Okay. Here we go. Tube News. Doctor Who is filming in the United States. Woohoo! The 6th season of Doctor Who, starring Matt Smith as the Doctor, will be filming his first episode in the United States. In the special two-parter co-produced with BBC America, key scenes will be filmed in Utah for a story set in the 1960s, in which the Doctor, Amy, and Rory find themselves on a secret summons that takes them on an adventure from the desert in Utah right to the Oval Office itself. Season 6 will start airing on BBC America in the spring of 2011 and has been split into 2 blocks, with the second block airing in autumn of 2011.
I'm surprised they didn't find a way to work in that MIT prank.
Yes,
where they built the TARDIS on top of one of the buildings at MIT.
On a TARDIS. And I believe before all this, though, we're going to get the Christmas special.
Cool.
Matt Smith. So that'll be good. ABC has found a holiday home for Skating with the Stars. God help us. And announced the January return of V. V was supposed to premiere this month in November. What they're doing instead is it's not going to air Tuesdays at 9 starting January 4th. So we're going to get No Ordinary Family, the superhero thing, and then we're going to get at 8, followed by V at 9, but not until January.
That's if they don't cancel No Ordinary Family first, not doing too well in the ratings.
Which is too bad.
It's on 2 nights now. It's on Friday night also.
Right.
So if you miss it Tuesday, you can catch it
on Friday. And speaking of returning shows and new shows, I'll go over that real quick. The Event is about aliens. What's this all about?
They're human, but slightly different. So they're not terrestrial aliens. I mean,
they're extraterrestrials.
I don't know. They could be. I don't know where they're from.
They're kind of. I think they're kind of hinting that there's been an outside influence.
Well, there's been a crash landing.
What is a terrestrial alien?
I don't know.
They're human, just to like 99-point-something%. You know. But that little difference makes them non-terrestrial.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the case.
Crossbred.
Sounds like a mutant.
Yeah, that sounds like a mutant.
But they're not from Earth.
I think they're
supposedly
extraterrestrial.
So they'd be extraterrestrial.
Right. Yeah, you see the one or the other.
I didn't say terrestrial aliens. They're
non-terrestrial.
Do they have heart lights?
I have no idea. Who cares?
Ow. They seem to be very well dressed in terms of where they were crashed in Alaska.
Right.
They were all dressed in like, coats and things like that. So they must have known where they were going to land.
Right.
Or like the plane where they kind of transported it across from one place to another. That maybe they're from a different time too.
Or they just had a really good wardrobe.
There you go. The wardrobe department. Well, I still have mixed feelings about this show. I'm still staying with it, but I'm not too sure. Have you been watching it?
I just recently switched over, so I ended up losing my events that
I
had.
That's
so
right.
I got to go back and see if I can catch them on demand.
Right. On Sci-Fi channel, you can watch it.
Okay.
The repeats.
Oh, they're showing it on the Sci-Fi channel.
Yeah.
That's good to know. All right, No Ordinary Family, which is ABC Tuesday nights at 8. Good show. I like it, but you said it might be in ratings trouble.
No, it is in ratings trouble.
Trouble.
It is in danger of cancellation. There's already been a bunch of stuff canceled already.
Yep.
But as you're saying, it being shown twice a week means that ABC, must have some faith in it. So hopefully it'll stick around.
Yep. It's a good show. It's a fun show.
Yeah.
And they're developing it slowly. That's the thing I like about it is the family doesn't automatically have mastery of their powers. So it's dealing with the psychological effects of what happens to the family when these powers happen.
Right.
And I mean, I think it's an intelligent approach. It's fun, and it's still got enough excitement to keep your attention.
Yep.
So
good
give
stuff.
it a chance.
Give it a chance, please. Good show. All right, Smallville finally has Clark learning to fly in this last season.
Yes.
So,
about time.
About time. Only took him 10 years to do it, but that's chugging along. Smallville is good. Fringe. Have you guys been watching Fringe?
Yes.
Also on Thursday nights. The parallel universe is way cooler than ours, in my opinion, because they have advanced things like cyborgs with the mercury leaking out of their head and all that other stuff. But they seem to be, 50, 60, almost 80 years in advance technologically than our universe. You don't think so?
Some things. I mean, they've been to I guess they have a base on the moon.
They have a base
on
the moon too, even.
But Some of the things like like one of my daughters said she didn't really care for Olivia's character on this other universe, even though that's the real Olivia.
You've got bad Livia and good Livia.
Yeah.
Whatever. So, but Fringe is hanging in there. Stargate Universe on Tuesday nights. Anybody else watching this show?
Yeah, I love that show.
You like that show?
Yeah.
Yep.
They've had, they had a huge cliffhanger at the end of last season.
Right.
And this beginning picked up right where it left off. They dealt with the issue of TJ being pregnant and losing the baby.
Right. But now the baby's on another planet.
Yeah, on one of the planets. Where
like soap opera for sci-fi fans.
Some people, yeah, right. They got rid of some of the Lucian people by leaving them on a planet.
Yep.
Now
they found the bridge, or Dr. Rush found the bridge.
He found the bridge. He's keeping it tight.
But I want to know though, how could you find a bridge like that and just be able to keep it a secret? Excuse me, I got to go to the bathroom. You know, it comes back 5 hours later.
That ship is so big, they still haven't explored parts of it, and then he can just easily seal it off if he's got control of it,
right,
and keep it hidden from the rest of the people. We'll see what happens, though. I mean, they're meeting up with some aliens.
Yep.
And then
the CGI aliens are awesome. They do a nice job with those.
Yeah.
Which is good. All right, so Stargate Universe keeps going. Nikita's been kicking butt. I like Nikita. It's been on repeats already, though, but it's okay. But good show. Caprica is in ratings trouble. You were talking about other shows that are in trouble with the ratings. But I never watched Caprica. It really wasn't something that caught my interest.
They're starting to develop more of that, still that terrorist angle with the group.
Yeah, the Cylons or whatever.
Yeah. And Greystone, or whatever his name is, he's starting to kick back, and Adama's going to start probably taking more power.
Right.
And we'll see how his character goes, because I think he'll be like the head of the mob kind of thing.
Right.
Even though he supposedly becomes a judge also in the Caprica universe. So.
Yeah. But
Mark, I think you want to do the merciful thing. Start watching the show and
so
like
it, so
it'll have a swift
There you
death.
go. Yeah, the minute I start watching the show and like it, it'll have a quick, painless death. And Sanctuary, last month, returned for season 3 on the Sci-Fi channel, which is good. Okay, last but not least, I haven't promoted a kids show in a while. So there's a new show on the Cartoon Network called Tower Prep. And the premise is this guy named Ian, he's a rebellious teenager, but aren't they all, who one day wakes up in a mysterious preparatory high school. The school itself is focused on finding the unique potential of its students. Along the way, he makes friends with kids named CJ, Gabe, and Suki. Together, they investigate the mysteries of the school while trying to escape. The series is created by Paul Dini, a former producer and writer of the DC animated universe.
Yep.
So that looks interesting. That premiered as we tape on October 19th, Tuesdays, 8 p.m. on Cartoon Network.
That reminds me, I completely forgot to ask, did you have anything about the Avengers cartoon?
I have not.
I want to say Nicktoons is supposed to be premiering, or it would have premiered already, end of October.
Right.
But it looks pretty cool.
It looks pretty cool, and it looks like they're getting us ready for the movies that are coming out 2011 and 2012. Okay, and that's all I have for